Happy Friday, everyone. Hope everyone's staying healthy and well. So, I want to break down all the options that Turo hosts and independent contractors out there have in terms of government relief. It seems like everything is far more cohesive now. A lot of things were changing over the last week and over the last couple of days. So, I want to break down sort of the three main options that most people will see depending on what your situation is. So let's begin with unemployment benefits from your state. Now, here in California, you just have to Google, you can Google California unemployment, but every state has a website. Ours is edd.ca.gov. And if you're curious as to what exactly the requirements are to qualify for unemployment, there's a really simple search button right here, and I just go in there and type in gig worker, and it pulls up all the FAQs for your state and exactly what qualifies and what doesn't qualify. So here I was able to scroll down, and if you look at line item number 12, it says, "Can I file an unemployment insurance claim if I am self-employed, an independent contractor, or gig worker?" So now, again, this was all specifically put into place because of COVID-19, which it says it right here. And yes, gig workers and independent contractors do qualify for unemployment. Now, of course, throughout the process, like for any unemployment, you will have to provide certain information. However, if you find yourself in a position to where you are going to need some extra financial support, this might be your first line of defense. Now, one thing that I would just like to remind people is right now we're going to go through a really tough time, and there are a lot of people that are going to need assistance. So please only apply if you really need it and if you're really in a hard spot. Just so many people are facing hardship. So really want to make sure that those resources are there for the people who need it. So basically, you can go to your state's unemployment website and go ahead and apply and do that search if you want further information. But here in California, all the information is right here. And yes, independent contractors, gig workers, and self-employed people do qualify for unemployment. Another thing that I read in regards to this is that for a lot of states, it's going to be half of what unemployment normally is, plus up to $800 additional per week, but it varies per state, so you have to keep that in mind. Okay, now let's go to our next resource center, which is the SBA.gov. If you've been going on their website, you're noticing that it's changing almost on a daily basis. They're getting better and better at putting all of this information together. And I am particularly fond of this page right here, which again, I will put all of these links into my description down below. But basically, you can get here by going to SBA.gov, and you will all see this yellow banner here up top, and it'll say click here, and then you want to go to funding programs, and under funding programs you will see all the options that are available that are related to what we have going on right now, specifically with COVID-19. So the first one is the Paycheck Protection Program, which I'm going to break down after this because it's actually not done through the SBA's website. The second one, which a lot of people likely qualify for, is the EIDL loan advance, and that is the $10,000 advance, just to kind of get money into the bank accounts of businesses so that they can sustain while they might potentially go through other loan programs through the SBA. Now, these final two probably don't relate to most people, but the SBA Express Bridge loans, that's if you already have a working relationship with an SBA lender. And then the SBA debt relief is if you already have an SBA loan and you're looking for a little bit of leeway on that loan. So let's talk about the EIDL. Now, this application came out, I think, about a week ago, and you can apply directly on the SBA's website. So eligibility, let's go over that really quick. This is for any small business with less than 500 employees, private I'll skip that part, but including sole proprietorships, independent contractors, and self-employed persons. So this applies to a lot of people out there. And you want to hurry up and get your application in, which you can do so by clicking right here. This is a super quick application, takes no more than really 10 minutes, and you're just going to follow the instructions right here, and then you'll be done. And I mean, the worst thing is that you don't get approved, but you should at least exercise your options if you know that you're going to be in a position where you need assistance to get through, the next how many ever months this thing is going to last. So that is the EIDL loan advance, the 10K loan advance. Okay, so go ahead and take a look at that on the SBA website. You apply for this directly through the SBA website. Okay, moving on to the Paycheck Protection Program, which is going to be extended through the SBA, but you cannot apply for this through the SBA's website. This has to be done through your bank. And so you want to call into your bank and find out if they are a preferred lender for the SBA, and they will guide you through the process. Every bank has its own information packets that they'll send you, and they'll send you the applications and so on and so forth. Now, the Paycheck Protection Program was really put in place to keep people employed and keep them getting paid and retain employees in a business, right? The government, they're trying to avoid layoffs and furloughs because, of course, that's not good for anybody. And so this is what that program is. Now, I have a couple of really good documents right here. This is from the U.S. Senate Committee on Small Business Entrepreneurship. Again, you always want to make sure that you check your sources of information because it's very important. And this is the latest information that has been put out in regards to the PPP program. So let's go over really quick. I really like this because all the questions are really simple and straightforward and laid out pretty well. Now, the first question here is, what type of businesses and entities are eligible for a PPP loan? Businesses and entities must have been in operation since February 15, 2020. Small businesses, nonprofits, individuals who operate as a sole proprietorship or as an independent contractor, and eligible self-employed individuals. Now, that's the really important one because that will really help a lot of people who may otherwise have not received any sort of assistance. So that's the important one. Now, let's kind of go down here a little bit and talk about some important stuff, and then I'm going to actually show you guys the application. Okay, so what type of costs are eligible for payroll? Compensation, payment for vacation, parental, family, medical, or sick leave, allowance for dismissal or separation, payment required for provisions of group healthcare benefits, including insurance premiums, payment of any retirement benefit, payment of state or local tax assessed on compensation of employees. What costs are not eligible for payroll? Employee/owner compensation over $100,000, tax imposed or withheld under chapters 21, 22, 24 of the IRS code, compensation of employees whose principal place of residence is outside of the United States, and so on and so forth. Now, here's some of the questions that I like a lot. What are the allowable uses of the loan? So payroll costs, as noted above, costs related to the continuation of a group healthcare benefits, paid sick leave, medical, family leave, insurance premiums, employee salaries, commissions, or similar compensations, payments of interest on any mortgage obligation, rent, including rent under a lease agreement, utilities, and interest on any other debt obligations that were incurred before the covered period. So it's really nice because it covers some really important factors. What are the loan terms, interest rate, and fees? For any amounts not forgiven, the maximum term is 10 years. The maximum interest rate is 4%, zero loan fees, and zero prepayment fees, which is obviously really great. Now, again, this loan could be forgiven. Any loan amount, no, that's the wrong area. But the loan can be forgiven if you spend it within 8 weeks of the receiving period and you spend it on the costs that they said are eligible, such as rent, utilities, payroll, mortgage interest, and things of that nature. So, really, really some great options to help out people. And again, I will attach these links. So, now let's take a quick look at the application. The application is super simple and straightforward. And the most important part is right here. This is how the amount gets determined. It's your average monthly payroll times 2.5, which equals out the loan amount. So that's the potential loan amount that you may receive if you qualify. Now, this application is basically 2 pages, as you can see. Super simple. The second page is just for you to initial, and then the first page is you're just filling out your business information. So, what you want to do immediately, as far as what I know, talking to my banker, although this program went into effect today, today is Friday, April 3rd. Most banks are not processing applications until Monday and Tuesday. So, today you should call your banker. Get this information from your bank. They will send you the application, or you can grab this application that I'm going to post down below. Get in touch with them. There is going to be an additional checklist because, of course, there's going to be additional documentation that you need to provide in terms of the payroll that you pay out. And then you want to make sure that you have everything that you need. You talk to your banker and get everything submitted on time. Remember, there's going to be a lot of people applying for this, so you want to make sure that you get in sooner rather than later so that the process can be a bit faster for yourself. So hopefully all of these programs are helpful to you guys as Turo host out there, or if you're just 1099, independent contractor, self-employed, whatever it might be, as many of us are. I just wanted to get it out there. So those are the 3 programs. Remember, it's your state EDD if you qualify. Then you have your EIDL loan advance in the amount of $10,000. And then you have your payroll protection, or I should say, sorry, paycheck protection program. And that is the PPP loan, which this is the application for that. So please check out my description down below, guys. Hopefully this clarifies a lot of things for you. And again, get in touch with your bankers. They are your source of information for paycheck protection program, and they will answer all of your questions for you. All right, guys, on that note, that is it for me. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay indoors, stay safe, stay healthy. Take care. Bye, guys.